Okay, so imagine you're in school and your teacher's telling you about how North America was first populated. And your teacher says that it was likely populated by people crossing over from Asia via the Bering Land Bridge. What? Okay, what the heck is the Bering Land Bridge? How did these ancient people travel across it? Did they have cars? Did they have horses? Okay, class, it's time for a lesson. Thousands of years ago, long before Columbus ever set sail, the first people arrived in North America, likely crossing the Bering Land Bridge from Asia. These early settlers would go on to form rich and diverse cultures. The Navajo in the southwest, the Iroquois in the northeast, the Mississippians in the central regions. They lived in harmony with the land, building complex societies with trade networks, agriculture, and spiritual traditions that thrived for centuries. But it's not just their accomplishments that we should be talking about. It's also about how they lived. These indigenous cultures had deep knowledge of their environment. They understood the rhythms of the seasons, the healing power of plants, and the importance of balance in nature. This knowledge was not just for survival, it was for thriving. They developed sustainable ways of living that allowed them to flourish for generations. And let's talk about their art. Indigenous artists used every medium imaginable: pottery, weaving, wood carving, you name it. Their art wasn't just beautiful, it was a way to tell stories, to preserve history, and to connect with their cultural roots. Sadly, with the arrival of European colonizers, these cultures were decimated. Diseases brought from Europe ravaged indigenous populations who'd never even seen a Spaniard. The very land they'd lived on for thousands of years was taken from them. Their cultures, languages, and traditions were suppressed. But here's the thing. Despite all this, indigenous peoples have shown incredible resilience. They fought for their rights, their culture, and their very survival. And today, their voices are stronger than ever. They're speaking out against injustice, demanding recognition and protecting their sacred sites. As we move forward, it's crucial that we listen to these voices. We have to learn from the indigenous peoples of North America. Their wisdom and their strength have been the backbone of this continent. Their stories are part of our shared history, and their resilience is a lesson for us all. So, the next time you hear someone say that indigenous cultures were just primitive or uncivilized, you'll know that they're just plain wrong. These cultures were sophisticated, sustainable, and strong. They had a deep understanding of the world around them and a rich, vibrant history. It's up to us to learn from them and to honor their legacy. Thousands of years ago, long before Columbus ever set sail, the first people arrived in North America, likely crossing the Bering Land Bridge from Asia. These early settlers would go on to form rich and diverse cultures: the Navajo in the southwest, the Iroquois in the northeast, the Mississippians in the central regions. They lived in harmony with the land, building complex societies with trade networks, agriculture, and spiritual traditions that thrived for centuries.
Subscribe for more history. Like the video to support us. Do it now. In 1492, Christopher Columbus made landfall in the Caribbean, sparking centuries of European exploration and colonization. Soon, the Spanish, French, Dutch, and English all sought to claim parts of the New World. While the Spanish focused on South and Central America, the English looked northward. In 1607, Jamestown was founded in present-day Virginia, the first permanent English settlement in North America.
Throughout the 17th and 18th centuries, 13 colonies emerged along the Atlantic coast. These colonies were shaped by a mix of motivations: economic opportunity, religious freedom, and the promise of a new life. But with expansion came conflict, with Native American tribes among European powers and eventually with the British Crown itself.
Tensions rose as British taxes and restrictions angered colonists who had no voice in Parliament. The cry of no taxation without representation echoed through the colonies. By 1775, the first shots were fired at Lexington and Concord. A year later, in 1776, the Declaration of Independence, penned by Thomas Jefferson, was signed, announcing to the world that a new nation was being born. The Revolutionary War raged for 8 years. Despite overwhelming odds, the American colonists, led by figures like George Washington, secured victory with help from France and others. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed. The United States of America was now an independent nation.
After independence, the new nation faced a difficult challenge: how to govern itself. The Articles of Confederation proved too weak, leading to the Constitutional Convention of 1787. From this gathering came the U.S. Constitution, a revolutionary document establishing a system of checks and balances and laying the foundation for the American democracy we know today.
Subscribe for more history. Like the video to support us. Do it now. America's story did not begin in 1776. It began long before that, with the land, the people, and the dreams of those who came before. The birth of the United States was just the first chapter in an ongoing journey, a journey defined by struggle, resilience, and the enduring hope of a better future. Here we have reached the conclusion of today's video. Comment with your opinion and suggest for future videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
America's story did not begin in 1776. It began long before that, with the land, the people, and the dreams of those who came before. The birth of the United States was just the first chapter in an ongoing journey, a journey defined by struggle, resilience, and the enduring hope of a better future.